I look like shit.
A good first line for the recording. So, describe yourself in 3 words.
Okay, this is the part where it takes me like 100 years to think about.
Okay, you have time.
I think I'm lazy.
Okay.
I am an overthinker. I think about things way too much for my own good, and I am an anxious little shit.
Okay, fair. Okay, and name a physical characteristic about you that you like.
Girl. I can't even look at myself right now here on the screen. Like, I want to like do this so I don't look at myself right now. Like, I'm literally doing my best not to look at myself in the screen.
Okay, but if you have to name one, at least.
My hands? I like that they're long. They're long and somewhat slim, right?
That's true, they're very pretty. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your biggest insecurities.
Like, only one?
You can...
I can give you, I can give it to you in 3 parts. I can give it to you from my head to upper body to lower body. Starting from my face, I hate my eyes, I hate my cheeks, I hate my cheekbones, I hate my jaw, I hate my nose. I really, 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 I emphasize this, I already said this once, but I really, really, really hate my eyes. I hate my chin because I have a dull chin, because I've gained weight in this stupid quarantine. I also hate my teeth because some of my teeth are not big enough, so it's like I have 2 baby teeth even though they all grow. It's weird. So yeah, I have a lot of problems with my face. Upper half, I got a lot of body fat. I got a lot of stomach fat, which I try to like suck in, but it doesn't suck in because it kind of like flabs out, so I hate that. And I have no figure. And then bottom half, I got a big butt. which to some people may be like, oh, that's so good, but in Korea, it's not good to have a big butt because that means you have big thighs, and I hate that I have big thighs, and I have like the biggest hip dips. It's just like it goes like this and like pops out. It literally looks like a violin, and I hate that so much. So I've been trying to exercise to it's always been a concern of mine. So to the point where it's like I went anorexic to try and get rid of those freaking hip dips. And now that I'm back to being normal, healthy again, I got those hip dips back, and I'm just like, so conclusion, I got a lot of insecurities.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about how fucking distorted that vision is first and foremost, but okay, so, and do you think like the specific beauty standards that you were exposed to throughout your life have influence on those insecurities that you have?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, you go to Korea and you see everywhere, and I'm like, advertisements, commercials, even like reality TV shows, dramas, everywhere. It's just the same fucking figure every single time. It's like you get tired of it after a while, but it's already ingrained into your head where it's like, it's literally this. That's your ideal body standard. That's your ideal beauty. And the same goes with the face, where it's like, you gotta have a small face. You gotta have like a V-line chin, big eyes. The thing is, I lived in Mexico when I was little. And when I was in Mexico when I was little, I did not give a single flying fuck about my appearance. Like, I knew I was different, but I didn't think that I was ugly in any way. I was living the time of my life. But the moment I moved to Korea and I was exposed to these pressures of appearance, of education, of everything like that, it messed with my head so much. And then when I moved back to Mexico when I was in high school, there weren't a lot of Koreans in my generation at the time. And these girls, and I was with the Koreans, and they were just so freaking pretty, and they had literally they had very skinny bodies, and it's like you couldn't help but compare yourself to them, because they literally got all the attention from the guys, while I was just like a sack of potatoes, like right there, just like looking at them, and you can't help but think, oh, maybe I'm not as popular as them because I look this way, because I don't look like they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it happens. When you're living in a society that is so focused on appearances and looks, it messes with you.
Okay, so would you say you're more of a confident or insecure person?
Yeah.
But you also give me the vibe that you're very confident. That's why.
It's because I'm anxious. People assume that I'm confident because, but in reality, I'm very anxious. Like I only look like I'm confident because I get shit done. Because I get anxious really easily, I step up and just like, you guys gotta do this, and this. If it weren't for my anxiousness, I swear to God, I would be like, if I could have a paper bag over my head, I would. I really would. Trust me. Hide here.
But like, even not in such like a work environment, you present yourself like in a very confident way, I would say. Like,
because I hate being awkward. I hate being awkward.
Who the fuck likes being awkward, girl?
Exactly, but nobody else is doing it, so I might as well. I might as well should. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Look, I'm not confident. I try to avoid certain situations. That's it.
Do you think wanting to take that many pictures impacts like your experience in traveling or something?
No, I don't think so. But at the same time, it's like, to take that many photos, it means that, you know, you're not actually admiring the view or anything like that. You just want to like be captured in that moment of a beautiful view, so that people are like jealous or they're envious of you, and then they go like, oh, I wish I was you, and stuff like that, and it just makes you feel better for some reason. You want other people to be jealous of you because your entire life you've been jealous of other people, so you just want to have that kind of experience, I think.
Okay, that's a little bit toxic, but I'll take it. I mean, it's not untrue though. Would you say that your social media profiles reflect who you are as a person?
No.
Okay, why?
I'm gonna look at my thing for a second. To some extent, I feel like it does. Like, I smile a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm smiling in a lot of my photos, but that's I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, because I know the behind the scenes of what every photo has. Mm-hmm. It's like some of them my day was made because of this photo. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's sad because I could have been a lot more happy with the experiences that I had, but knowing that only this photo made my day is just, it makes me think that I've become obsessed with getting people to like me, getting people to think that I'm a beautiful person, because in all reality, every photo that I upload on Instagram is very calculated, and my photos, they're all me at my best. They're all me when my worst critic think this came out really good. So if my own worst critic think, oh, this came out good, then surely other people will also think that it's good. And that's why it's like my photos are just another means of gaining validation from people when I shouldn't be, when I should just be validating myself. And it's just sad to think about that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think that social media sets different like beauty standards or more demanding standards for guys and girls? Do you think there's a difference?
I don't think so. I don't think there's a difference necessarily in gender, but I do think there's a difference in terms of brands. Like, let's say, for example, your brand is a fitness influencer, a fitness model, then regardless of whether you're a man or a woman, if you do not have defined muscles, if you do not have defined abs, then people will shame you a lot for it. In that case, maybe women more than men, but regardless, like, they both will get shamed for it. And the same thing with anything related to brands of appearances, like body positive influencers. People will shame, especially women, if a woman suddenly goes like, if a body positive influencer goes like, oh, I'm gonna try to lose weight to be the best that I am, and then they're like, oh, you're not body positive, blah blah blah, and I can't understand a single thing. So it's like, in those cases, women will get shamed more for it. But if it's for other things, like, I don't know, a food channel or something like that, there's no pressure as much. Oh yeah.
And maybe like body positivity is often seen like as a solution and as a good thing, but you think it might not be it sometimes?
People have now assumed that body positive means no dieting or no losing weight, when in reality, body positive means that you are you're happy with your body. That's what it means. So if you think you're going to be happy with your body if you lose weight and become a certain if you become a certain look, then that is body positive, because it means you love your body, because you love your body. But people are shaming them because it's like they think it's something like hypocritical, right? You say you're body positive, but why are you losing weight? That means you were never liked your body in the first place. I feel like people are just are narrowing that spectrum down so much that now it's just become so toxic. And I don't want to use the terms dieting or body positivity anymore, because it's just so vague and so subjective, and like it's just a shit fire of hate. So no. Right now, after being anorexic and struggling for about like 2 years, I have gained back all the weight, and I think I've gained even more. I'm not sure. I haven't weighed myself in over a year, but it took me a while to. And this is like, I don't know if you're gonna put this in the documentary, but this is just like between you and me. For me, it took me a while to accept the fact that I could never have a thigh gap. Like when I was anorexic, I got that thigh gap, and it absolutely scared me to think that if I ate again, that thigh gap would suddenly disappear. So I avoided food more than ever just because I wanted to keep that thigh gap. But then after regaining back the weight and then losing that thigh gap, I ended up having this big old realization that, you know, this is the body that I always will be. Like, I will have immense hip dips. I will have big thighs. I will have a bigger butt than the average Korean person. And it's just something I have to accept. So either I could go back to that extreme toxic mindset of you can't eat and you have to keep exercising until your thighs until your thighs shrink, or you can accept the fact that you will always have bigger thighs than other people, and just tailor your clothes to make you look pretty. So even though I don't like my bottom half most of the times, if there is one time I really like myself is when I'm wearing like a one-piece dress, like a tight one-piece dress, and it really shows my curves and really shows an hourglass figure, and that's when I feel very beautiful with myself, and that's where I'm kind of happy that I have a bigger butt and I have bigger thighs than others.
Okay,
so
yeah.
No, go for it.
No, I was just going to say, like, it's still a process for you. Like, sometimes you're happy and other days it's more like shit.
Right. Like, So I just try my best not to body check. I try my best not to look at myself in the mirror so that I don't see the quote unquote flaws. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even now, like I try to wear baggy pants. I try to wear I wear like baggy shirts and stuff like that to not notice that I don't have a flat stomach anymore, kind of. I just try to avoid thinking about it altogether because I know that it's just gonna make me more stressed and it's gonna make me more anxious. And I've already accepted the fact that I'm not gonna go back to the anorexic mindset because that honestly was a lot harder for me and I don't wanna go back to that anymore.
I don't need to scream that you're not fit, right? That's like just putting it out there, period. You say that sometimes you avoid looking in the mirror to feel like self-conscious and whatever. Do you perhaps have like a similar stance towards social media? Like sometimes you avoid not being exposed to perfect.
Ooh, funny story, fun fact. When I was anorexic, you know how like when you go to the search bar in Instagram, like they give you like recommended posts to look at? And when I was anorexic and when I used Instagram, literally every single post was either a fitness model, somebody with like a really good body, and it was always like, these are good foods to eat when you're dieting. These are bad foods to eat. These are foods to avoid. It was like the most toxic posts you could read while you had that eating disorder mindset. But after I stopped, after I decided to recover, I was like, you know what? These are the posts that are constantly triggering me. So I actively changed my search bar. I actively changed it to like, first to not click on those like bad foods, good foods posts, to not look at the fitness models, and I only clicked on the ones that like pertain to my pertain to my interests, like drag queens, recipe videos, anime stuff and stuff like that. And now my search bar is almost completely devoid of the toxic things, of the triggering things.
Yeah, because like sometimes the algorithm like feeding you what you're interested in. When you're in that mindset, it's not the healthiest thing, right?
Right.
What's your opinion on the overuse of apps like Facetune on social media, and how do you think they impact like people looking at the profiles and all of that?
It's a thing with it's the same thing with plastic surgery, right? If you're doing plastic surgery because you want to make yourself look better, then you should go for it. Same with body positivity. If you want to lose weight to feel best in your body, then you should lose weight and feel more body positive. But that's only if you want to do it. So if you think that using Facetune is going to enhance the features you already have, and it's going to make you feel more confident in your skin, then yes, it's okay. But let's say you go overboard with Facetune. You literally disfigure your entire face just because to make it look like a photo in a magazine or a photo in an advertisement. If you do plastic surgery because somebody you liked said, oh, I don't like women with small eyes, so you get eyelid surgery. Or, you know, like stuff like that. And you lose weight because somebody told you were fat. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with changing yourself because other people told you to. It's your life, it's your body, it's your face, so you have the right to choose what you want to do. You know what I mean? And I feel like the problem right now with Facetune is the fact that so many people are using it to look good, and after a while it becomes repetitive. Like the changes that they make, it follows a specific trend. So you know that they're not doing it for themselves, they're doing it to match a specific beauty standard. And that's what I don't like about Facetune.
Okay. So do you think there's so much as like a good amount to use and an overboard amount?
Right, for sure. Also, it's just, get lazy. Why do you want to like disfigure your face? Just put some filters and be over with it. Why must you go through the trouble of doing all of these things, all of these small minuscule things when nobody will even fucking notice it? Like, Jesus Christ.
But that's the thing, because sometimes when you're scrolling and you have that mindset that, okay, this might not be real, this might be retouched, but you almost instantly just think of face value and this is what it is. So it also promotes that pressure.
Right, that is true. But then like at the same time, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, for me, the reason I don't use Facetune, and I just, one, because I'm lazy as fuck, and two, because these people see my photos, right? There will be random people and people I don't know who see these photos and will think that that's their first impression of me, right? But let's say I actually meet these people in real life and they go like, oh, you don't look like the person in that photo. I'm gonna be like,
Can't.
So I don't want that to happen. I feel like that would make me more embarrassed than not using Facetune and showing my, you know, natural face. I don't want that situation to ever happen to me.
And so like, you think that like it's not the real you, but you also want to like physically, the expectation kind of matches the reality for you.
The double standards, I swear to God. Social media is so hypocritical. I don't know what to say to you.
Okay. Bottom line, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Bottom line, social media is a bitch.
Okay, so I think we're done. Woo!